Alright, so video update number 2. I've got the sway bar or rear end subframe down. I'm somewhere around 3.5 to 4 inches. My studs, jack screws worked. I had to take the spacer off. It didn't come down far enough with the spacer on there. This was enough room to get the ABC line out. It came out through the front. I had to wiggle under the car to do it. That was not fun. I do think the jack studs, I've been controlling the lift with the jack here, which is not exactly the center of gravity. It tends to get a little crooked and bind, but once you're got it down, you can kind of wiggle it a little bit and it will sort of break free. Definitely a slow and careful job. I think, I left the nuts on the bottom, again, just to make sure if it got away from me, wouldn't fall on the ground. So I think maybe a better use, if I did this again, I might put the jack screws in, and then just lower down, use them as guides rather than trying to use them as jack screws. But they would work as jack screws. Here are this one, that's a wheel speed sensor. Over on the other side you can see the other wheel speed sensor and brake sensor. They left them connected, but I disconnected out of the wire loom so they could hang loose, plenty of room. Emergency brake definitely needs disconnected. I was able to do that without taking the wheels off. I'll show you that in a second. What else? So just kind of looking down in here, those wires hanging down are the level sensors, so they definitely need disconnected. I took them off, they're just hanging underneath. Brake calipers definitely need to come off on the AMG. I saw some people saying they could do it without pulling the brake calipers. I would not try that. I think that would stretch those lines, make this an even more difficult job than it already is. So over here you can see it's not particularly level. I can kind of move it up and down, kind of wiggle it around a little bit. With those jack screws, keeps it from getting away from me. What else? Oh. So this is if you're looking up from the bottom, the emergency brake system. The cables go around these hooks, and there's a spring on there, then this hooks in. So I was able to remove this pin, which is the cable that runs up to the pedal. I also loosened this slack adjuster. I don't know if I would needed to do that, but with that pin out, this whole thing will just rotate and come right out of the guides. I need to clean it up before I put it back in. And then you can pop those off. So no reason to take the brakes off unless you're planning to do a brake job, to loosen the caliper. What else? The studs. This is what one looks like. I bought new ones. The WIS recommends replacing those because they're torque to yield bolt. So I'm going to replace them. I don't know. Probably a lot of people reuse them. But when you do take these out, I shot a little bit of a PB blaster on it, even though they're not corroded, just to break up some of the friction on the bottom. They were not too tough. I had a heck of a time though with the other side caliper bolts. Very difficult. The PB blasters seem to do the job over there as well. Not corroded, just somebody in the past, I don't know, they hammered that brake caliper down with an impact wrench or something. So that was a bit of a challenge. I think that covers everything I'm going to do now. I'm going to go ahead and slide the sway bar in. If I have any updates from that, I'll make another video.